YouTube, and welcome back to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan's welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the Colts linebacker room. I'm going to be going through all the linebackers from Darius Leonard to Brendan King. Darius Leonard, one of the best linebackers in the league, one of the best to do it right now. Brendan King is a very good special teamer, so there's a lot of depth in this linebacker room. There's a lot to look at, so let's start right after I thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan's welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for giving me a chance. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content, make sure you like, subscribe, and put the post notification bell on so you miss any future content. And if you have any friends, if you have friends, family, share this podcast to all your favorite people, and they won't be disappointed. So the linebackers, right? We're gonna start at the top. We're gonna start with Darius Leonard, Bobby Okereke, and Zara Franklin. So as we already know, Darius Leonard is one of the best linebackers in the league. He's had some injuries. Every single year he's had injuries. Most were minor, but they've been a little more serious lately. The ankle injury was weird. And then, at first it was just the ankle. But then, the back contributed to the ankle is what they think, is what they have said. And, whenever a player goes through a back surgery as a back injury, they may play it off as something light. They may play it off as nothing serious, and that's what a professional team does. That's what an organization that makes money does. Now, I'm not saying it to bash the Colts. I'm just saying that's how the NFL works. That's how life works. But whenever you see a back injury, whenever you see anything with the back, it's somewhat serious. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter how minor it may be. Something with the back is serious. So it has me a little concerned there. I'm a little concerned with that. But I'm not concerned with his attitude. I'm not concerned with his work ethic. I'm not concerned with him bringing everything he has onto the field every single week. And, that's huge. It's a great leader. He's a great leader, great motivator. He fires up this team. He gets this team going. He's very important to this team. He's the heart and soul of that defense. So, very important linebacker, very important player. I love the kid, and I just really hope he has a smooth recovery, because back injury is no issue. Is no minor issue. It's not just going to be minor. A back is more serious than you'd think. It doesn't matter how minor it is. Like I said, a back injury is a back injury and somewhat serious. That needs to be paid attention to. That needs to be worried about a little bit. It's some cause for concern. But nonetheless, one of the best linebackers. Excited to have him on our team, and I wish one of the best. And he's also not going to be playing in training camp at the beginning. Like the first half of it. But I would just let him rest a little more than is probably recommended, just because it's a back. So then you move on to the other guys, and you take a step down to Bobby Okereke, Zara Franklin, EJ Speed is another step down. So you look at Bobby Okereke and Zara Franklin. Zara Franklin is a solid linebacker. He's not bad. He's not great. He's not fantastic. But he gets the job done. He's a good leader, good locker room guy. He stays quiet, puts his head down, and works his ass off. A lot of respect for players that do that. So much respect for players that do that. And he doesn't complain. Just goes out there, puts everything he has onto the field, and it's that's what you want from a player. Even though he's not starting, even though he's not this big name, he loves what he's doing. He loves the game, and he appreciates where he's at. But he's never satisfied. Always working hard. That's this whole team. Then you move on to Bobby Okereke. Bobby Okereke is an interesting name. You go and you look through Bobby Okereke. He's been up and down. He hasn't had a solid full season. He has not put together a full solid season. Now he has had stretches where he's been very good. That's the issue. He's had those stretches. He's had a lot of flashes. We haven't seen it consistently. Love the kid. Very smart, very fast. He's rangy. He is talented. But he needs to find a way to be good day in and day out, week in and week out. Every week he has to bring it. It's kind of the issue with Bobby Okereke. He's a bit inconsistent. There'll be times where he's flying around, making a lot of tackles, pass breakups, batting the ball away, making interceptions, forcing a fumble, big plays. But it's too far in between. We need him to do it more often. With the better defensive line, you should be able to do that. It should make it even, easier on him, I guess you could say. So, as you see the top 3 guys here listed on PFF, I'm just on PFF to see the top guys and, the starters. I think PFF is really nice to look at. You get to look at the rest of the team while I'm talking about that. So, let's move over to ESPN and let's look at the rest of this linebacker group. So, we're going to talk about top 3, Leonard, Okriki, and Franklin. Once you move past them, there's a bit of a drop-off. You have EJ Speed, Brandon King, Forrest Ryan, JoJo Doman. Don't really know who these people are. To be 100% with you, to be for real, I know who EJ Speed is. And Brandon King. That's about it. EJ Speed is an okay depth piece. We haven't seen too much from him yet. He hasn't had really a chance. Played in the Cardinals game and he was decent. The Tennessee guy, he got a lot of tackles. He's good character, hard worker, and he never gives up. Perseverance. You love to see that from a kid that's not even starting. It's not making a lot of money, as much as some of these other guys. And he just works hard. He puts it all into the practice. So one of these days, one of these times, he's gonna get a chance, and we're gonna see what he does with that chance. So yeah, EJ Speed. Not too much else to say about him. We haven't seen much. We haven't. So we don't have a, what do you call it? We don't have an actual, evaluation, it's not fair if we haven't seen him much. So then you have, Brandon King. Brandon King isn't going to come in unless it's an emergency situation. He's not a great linebacker. He's not a good linebacker, in my opinion. But he is But he is an amazing special teams player. He's a good runner. He's a great gunner. I love to see this kid in special teams action. Special teams is very important. We lost George Odom to the San Francisco 49ers. Also, Kamoko Toure. So, George Odom leaving, he's amazing at special teams. So, we needed to find someone to fill that void. We had Armani Watts. And we signed Brandon King as well. We did sign someone else too, I believe, but I don't remember who. Not on the top of my head. I'm trying to look here, this depth chart. Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head who it is. So, yeah. That's the linebacker room. Darius Leonard, very good. Minor back injury, not too serious. Always need to monitor, a back injury seriously. It's no joke when you're getting surgery or you got something up with your back. It's no joke. Zaire Franklin, good linebacker, nothing great, nothing bad. He knows how to work. He works hard and it shows in the field. Very good player. Bobby Okereke, inconsistent, needs to find some consistency, needs to find a stretch I don't know how he's going to do it, but he needs to figure it out and how he's going to be better, more consistently rather than having these really good games here and there and being scattered with it. His good play has to be more consistent every week. EJ Speed, depth piece, all depth piece. Brandon King, special teams guy, depth piece for emergencies. So that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you for tuning into the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan's welcome. Hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to be doing quite a few videos, on every single position group. We're not just talking about the linebackers. We already did one on the cornerbacks. Go check that one out if you have not already. A lot more coming up.